against American citizens. Watch this.
Countless innocent American lives have been stolen because our politicians have failed in their duty to secure our borders and enforce our laws like they have to be enforced. I have met with many of the great parents who lost their children to sanctuary cities and open borders. So many people, countless Americans who have died in recent years would be alive today if not for the open border policies of this administration.
Well, fashionable people on other channels scoffed at Trump when he said that. But in fact, what he said is true. We know that because we're joined now by two of the mothers whose sons were killed by illegal immigrants. They are Sabine Durden and Marianne Mendoza. Thanks, both of you, for joining us. Sabine, first to you. You saw the speech last night. What was your response to it?
Oh, Mr. Trump went from hero status in my heart to superhero status because he's doing something that nobody else attempted. He's going to make sure no other family will feel the pain that we as mothers and fathers feel losing our children to illegal aliens.
So, Marianne Mendoza, why was it left to Donald Trump to say this? There are an awful lot of politicians in this country. He's the only one I've seen say anything like this on a national stage. Why do you think that is?
That's a big question in all of our minds, but that is what has drawn us to him, because Hillary Clinton talks about what she will do for illegals and refugees. She never talks about what she will be doing for American families who are not only struggling with illegal alien crime, but the jobs and the welfare, the overburdened welfare system and our school systems, everything that is affected by illegal immigration is something that, it's like an onion. You peel away the layers and it all goes back to the fact that illegal immigration is causing many of the problems in our country.
Yeah, that's for sure. And it's preventable. I mean, to some extent, it's preventable anyway. Yes. So, Sabine, do you think that if you were in another category, if your son, for example, had been here illegally, that your story would elicit more sympathy from, say, Hillary Clinton?
Oh, absolutely. Hillary had illegals on stage trying to solicit sympathy from others, of families, that will be deported and they might be separated, and let's get some tears out and let's feel sorry for them. They had a choice. They still have a choice. Those families can leave together. They can apply to come back together. I don't have that choice anymore. I have my son's ashes with me. That's the choice I have. I don't have a family anymore. This was my only child. So, yes, Hillary would definitely like me more if I was on the other side.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So, Marianne, your son, who was a police officer, was killed by an illegal alien. Do you believe that Donald Trump was correct when he said this was, in effect, preventable? If we'd taken action, if policymakers had done something years ago, this wouldn't have happened?
Absolutely. All of these deaths, all of these parents that I have met throughout this tragedy that I've experienced, every one of their children would be alive had the administration been upholding the laws of the land for the last 8 years. And this is what Americans need to understand. They think this is like a terrible message from Mr. Trump. All he is saying is he's upholding the laws that we currently have in this country, right, as it should have been done for the last 8 years. Yeah,
take the side of Americans for once. Marianne Mendoza, Sabine Durden, you're really nice to come here, and you're really articulate on the subject. We appreciate it. Thanks.
Better illustrates how corrupt my opponent is than her pay-for-play scandals. A lot of coal miners out of business. She wants to put them out of business. These are deals made at the top. We have no leadership. We're going to have great leadership. We're going to bring our jobs back. We're going to open new companies. You're going to be so proud of your country once again.
That was Donald Trump, of course, on the campaign trail earlier today in Ohio, still promising to build a border wall and have Mexico pay for it, and, of course, going after his rival for the presidency, Hillary Clinton. Here with reactions from Washington and the Washington Times, Charlie Hurt, our old friend, former Obama economic advisor, Austin Goolsbee, and Fox News contributor, Mercedes Schlapp. It's great to see you all. Mr. Goolsbee, first to you. My favorite line from the speech last night from Trump: it's our right as a sovereign nation to choose immigrants that we think are the likeliest to thrive and flourish and love us. I think that's indisputable, and yet that line has driven the chattering class completely insane. Why?
I totally disagree. That hasn't driven them insane. I equating that Donald Trump had a high-minded discussion about political philosophy to the speech last night that you should watch. And the whole notion that he's going to get Mexico to pay for a wall when he did not have the guts to even try to discuss that with the president of Mexico when he saw him.
But I would
2
say,
hours
I mean, look,
before
I would
is a
concede two
joke.
things. I would concede that Trump is not a political philosopher.